Hey everybody, it's Bumps the Night here. Recording in my car. It's kind of late. Just got off work. Was getting ready to go inside, but I was just looking through my phone, and I'm just having one of those weeks, guys. Bad thing after bad thing keeps happening. Not here to whine about my life. My life could be a lot worse, so I'm not going to cry about that. But during a misclick, I accidentally deleted my entire camera roll. Oh, come on! Which I don't know. It's been the same phone I've had here for, I don't know, close to 5 years, and I gradually delete stuff off over time. But man, oh man, I lost probably a good year and a half worth of content. Some stuff I had been working on that I wasn't ready to release. Some stuff that I recorded and wasn't done editing, so it was kind of like in a draft phase, which include not one but two full episodes of AI Goosebumps covers. I actually was getting ready to work on that tonight, and I happened to notice that I was like, wow, I'm missing photos, and I was like, oh, my whole camera roll got deleted because,
Fuck my life.
big brain moment, I guess. That's what happens when you burn the candle at both ends. In this economy, you kind of have to when you work two jobs and you just, you live on about 6 hours of sleep. Plus, you do a bunch of other dumb shit in your free time to try to distract yourself from the fact that the American dream's dead and everything's depressing. Anyway, let's not get existential. Lost a lot of stuff for multiple channels, not just this. So, I'm pretty fucking bummed. Uh, I had planned to release some stuff. Like I said, sorry, it's just been kind of like chaos between the holidays and work, 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 work. You gotta make that money where the money's at. I don't do those stupid, just like, oh guys, here's a channel update. This is what's happening. I hate that kind of shit. So that's not what I'm doing here. So I guess since you've clicked on this and now that I've told you my sad tale, let's talk about one of the subjects I was gonna film this week. But let's just do it now. So Goosebumps season 2. Let's talk about it. As you all know in my last review, if you watch the series nonetheless, I've been calling it since day one that it was going to be a second season or a sequel, or just they weren't going to finish with the 10, because that's how shows are nowadays. They want to pick and prod and milk as much money as they can out of our pockets. So the public eats that up, and that's what they like. So from the general consensus I have gathered from this, it seems like the average viewer, not your super huge Goosebumps fan like the majority of you watching this, but your average fan, somebody who enjoyed this when they were 8, 7, 9, 10, and hasn't really given it much thought since maybe the movie 5, 6 years ago, enjoyed this. People who like drama, people who like Riverdale, people who like Sabrina, people who like that dark TV drama shit, Pretty Little Liars. This is what they enjoy, and this is what Disney was prepared to make, and that's what they did. It all comes down to it. There's a certain producer on it. I can't remember the name for the life of me. It is Rob Letterman. Rob Letterman is fucking killing this series, and not in a good way. He doesn't seem to grasp what fans truly want. And I'm just going to say this. Not everything has to be fan service, but if you have a community who upholds a series and just, like, appreciates it, why wouldn't you want to write them a love letter? Why would you want to spit in your hand and then bitch slap them? Because that's what you did. Was the series bad? I've said it before, I'll say it again. No. Do I think that us hardcore fans are going to be the death of the series? Yes. Maybe it needs to happen. I wasn't really thrilled that on like day one everyone was like, it was pitchfork and torches, but I mean, in the same breath, Rob, you fucking suck, dude. You need to fucking quit. You're the reason that the movies weren't great. When will you be happy? Oh, I know when. When you fucking bury it. You must have hated it, but you like money. Seriously, Rob Letterman is the reason the show went the way it did. There's no fucking way that he's a fan of this series. There's no way. He's just got to be after the money, because, like, why else would you keep making mediocre, shit-tastic spinoffs? I mean, here's a great example. And I know this isn't like an anime channel, but I'm going to touch it for just a minute here because it's a perfect example. Recently, Netflix released a show. It was called Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. It's based on the comics by Brian Lee O'Malley. Scott Pilgrim had a movie adaptation in 2010, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. What they did with this show was they took the concept of the characters, the books, they took all of it. They took it and they lovingly changed it. And I'm not going to sit here and do a full review, but they did what you're supposed to do. They wrote a love letter to their fans. They took characters we didn't know very well. They took a well-known story and they put a fun new spin on it, which made it interesting. It made you want to watch it. After that first episode, it was like a sucker punch, but it wasn't a bad one. It was like, wait, what? And now you're invested. It wasn't the case with Goosebumps. Now, granted, I enjoy the series, and I think regardless of how it went, I was going to be pretty biased to saying I liked the new series for Scott Pilgrim, but I was excited to watch each episode. Like, genuinely, like, holy shit, I can't wait to see what happens next. I sat down and binged the fuck out of it. Now, granted, I binged the new series when they all dropped on Friday the 13th with my wife, but even after the first one, I just kind of sat there and I was like, okay, it's not bad. You know, like 6.5, 7 kind of deal here. It wasn't like, holy shit, knockout 10. And with Scott Pilgrim, each episode got better and better. And with Goosebumps, it didn't progressively get better. It was just kind of, it wasn't even like a high up. It was just kind of like a low. Like, just, you know, it's like, I really don't know what else to say, but I guess they tried. And I'm saying I guess because it felt half-assed. It felt, they like, well, let's just write a show and we're going to stick Goosebumps' name on it. It's kind of like Halloween Resurrection. That was an entirely different fucking movie. And they're like, oh man, it's not going to sell well. Wait, yes it will. And they slap Michael Myers' face on it. And they're just like, it works. And I guess, kinda, it's gonna be remembered as the shittiest Halloween. It's up there with Halloween Kills for being shitty. And that's what this is. It's just like, you look at this and you're like, unfortunately, the truth of the matter is this. Goosebumps peaked in the 90s.
Wow, I wonder what's next for me.
You peaked.
What?
You peaked.
You're kidding! After all that?
Yeah, sorry.
But I get stronger though, right?
Yeah, but no.
It's great that it came back in the late 2000s, early 2010 era. It's nice that we have these little bursts where they have some books that come out and then they kind of go back away. The problem really here is this. It doesn't have the same draw. I think the best thing they can do for the IP at this point is either hand it off to a huge fan, you get somebody who really cares about the series involved, or make an animated series. You can do so much more with an animated series. At this point, you can animate all 62 books from the original series. And guess what? There's no limitations because you can draw it. I feel like at this point, if you want to do that whole shared, like, oh, it's the same group of kids, have 4 or 5 kids. At this point, take the kids from the game, the Whoretown game, the Minnie's Mysteries Club, and have them combat each book. Like, it feels like there are so many missed opportunities, and I guess it's just really frustrating reflecting on it all that we haven't had shit since the second movie, which, you know, here's my controversial opinion. That was better than the first movie. Fight me. Just my choice. But at what point does Goosebumps stop being the Slappy show? Because it has morphed into literally just everything is Slappy based. This just became a rant about the first season not being great. Back on track. Season 2. Not that we need one, but season 2. We're definitely going to see the return of Candu. He's attached to Brett. I don't know if it's like a soul contract or what. I don't know if he's going to possess Brett, which really don't need more of that in my life. But my expectation is this. They're going to pick another 5 books. And maybe Brett is going to get possessed by Candu and team up with Isaiah. The way I took it, Candu's still around technically. He's attached to Brett is because of the spell Margot used to bring Isaiah back to life. So I also can see Isaiah becoming dark. I mean, the magic obviously darkened Candu, or just like it got in his head. So plot-wise, I could see essentially, I think they'll pick another 5 books. I think that'll be like their kind of running plot. And then I think, I don't know, the episodes will kind of stagger a little bit better. And it'll still run into the whole, oh, it's the Slappy/Candu show. A lot of people think they should bring Slappy the dummy back. And, I mean, technically the dummy's still around. It's in Brett's mansion/home. So, I don't know. I could see one of the subplots being Brett panics that Candu is attached to him and he feels like he's corrupting his soul. So, he uses a spell to put Candu back into Slappy's body, hereby bringing back the most famous character in Goosebumps, Slappy. I thought we needed. But I think that'll be a subplot. Candu will go back into his wooden doll form until he can find a way to come back for revenge. I think we're going to have a dark turning with Isaiah. I think he's going to become a villain or some kind of, like, just he's going to become an edgelord at some point. You know, he's going to start doing dickish things. It's bound to happen, unfortunately, because the magic revived him. Technically, all of the stuff that Harold Biddle possessed is still around, and realistically, if Candy's attached to Brett, then there could be sequels to said books, because if you think about it, Haunted Mask had a sequel, Say Cheese and Die had a sequel, Go Eat Worms did not, The Cuckoo Clock did not, but it's still there, so in a way, it can be used again. I can see James having an episode where he gets involved again, like, and he's like, oh, no, not again, but maybe this time something else happens. Maybe someone else gets, like, clones of themselves. I don't know for sure where we're going, but if I had to guess the 5 books, 2 out of the 5 books, if not, okay, screw it, 3 of the 5 books, they're going to go off Night of the Living Dummy 2, or maybe Night of the Living Dummy 3. More puppets would be interesting. Haunted Mask 2, Say Cheese and Die again, and then 2 more random ones, because why not? Well, considering they're in Seattle, we can rule out, like, cornfields and shit, so there goes The Scarecrow Walks at Midnight, but I'm going to say at this point Monster Blood. Something stupid like The Haunted School. Although we did see a Give Yourself Goosebumps little reference there with Fifi, so maybe something out of the Give Yourself series. The Deadly Experiments of Dr. Eek? I don't know, but my guess is out of those 5 books, at least 3 of them are the ones I named will be the books, but they might not even do the 5 books again. Now that they've kind of established their own groundwork and they've got their own town with their own characters, they could just run right off the rails and go into Crazy Town, which population can do. Ask me, though, it's more of a can don't. Whatever happens, it's all going to be based around Slappy/Can Do, which, like, at least with Child's Play, yeah, it's repetitive. It's the same shit constantly. Chucky's a doll. He's out to kill you. At least it's entertaining. I mean, shit, watch the Chucky series. Season 1, 2, and 3 are all entertaining. This, I don't know. I'm not excited. Maybe I'm just being a hater. Maybe I finally opened my eyes to it. Maybe the rosé glasses are off, but I'm not excited for season 2. I won't watch it, but I'm not excited. Are you? Well, just comment down below. Sorry for lack of content. Like I said, a lot of shit's been going on. Work's been tough, and life's just been kicking my teeth in. Although I still have them all. Nice try, you son of a bitch. Real quick, there's a couple of contest winners I haven't heard from or I just recently got in contact with, so just so I address this elephant in the room. Mr. Jurassic, your package is going to Sri Lanka. I checked the math. It's going to take some time to get out because it's expensive and it is the holiday season, but don't worry, it's written up and packed. Glenn DC, same with yours. Yours is going to Australia. I weighed that one out too. I'm looking at $30-something to ship 2 books. Ooh-wee! As for Sean B., you've reached out to me on Discord, but, like, you didn't get back to me after I was like, yo, here's what I got. So, I'll link the email one more time, but I'm telling you, Discord, just hit me on Discord, man. We'll get it figured out. And then recently somebody else reached out to me. I want to say it was Mark, or Marco, the official Mark. You know who you are. You messaged me on Discord. I messaged you back last night while I was dying in the attic, pulling out Christmas decorations. That's why I'm wearing this hat, by the way. It's nice and cool out in Florida. Anyway, you didn't get back to me, so message me back. I've got the books, guys. I want to get them to you. And for my international winners, I promise I haven't forgot about you. It's just, you know, shit's expensive right now, but I promise you, it's packed up. It's got your name on it, and it's going to go. So, thanks for your support. I plan to release more content soon. I've got actually a new series I'm working on. Which, oh, you guys are probably rolling your eyes. Oh, another new series. It's for TikTok. But I'll be posting on YouTube as well because it's shorts worthy. And I think it'll be interesting because as far as I know, no one's done anything like this. So I think you'll be happy with it. My wife thought it was a good idea. And she's pretty smart. Besides that, be patient with me because the entirety of my Goosebumps Beyond #2, Keep Out of the Attic, which I had recorded, by the way, got deleted. So I got to record it again. And it took like 45 minutes. Yay! Which doesn't sound like a lot of time. But when you're editing a video, for those of you who make YouTube content, a 45-minute video, you're just like, fuck. So, hey, this is me derailing myself. Hey, this is a derailed Bumps of the Night trying to pull their life back together. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. I will see you in the next one. Thank you for all your support. Let me know what you think about Season 2. I mean, some of you have already let me know, but again, it's good for the algorithm. Comment again. Tell me what you think about Season 2. And Rob Letterman, if you somehow see this, step the fuck down before I find you. Because I will have Slappy eat your toenails. If you got such a hard on for him, I'll have him eat your fucking toenails. Alright, so this is the fun part where I do something stupid in the video, but I'm in my car, so